Hello there. I am C.A.Marshall, the author of I Am Peter, 7 Life Lessons from a Child Wise Beyond His Years. I thought I'd take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up in Nassau, Bahamas, with a very large family and a very tight-knit community. During my childhood, I was one of those little awkward kind of kids. I spent a lot of time hanging out with my cousins because, like I said, we have a very large family. And during the time that I spent just spending time with my family, I would take a lot of time observing what was going on, observing people do what they do. But I always wanted to know why they did it. Why did you answer that person that way? Why did you choose that color? Why? I had all of these burning questions in my mind as a child growing up, but I very rarely spoke. And so no one knew what was going on inside my head. And, years later, by the time I became a teenager, I became a little bit of a chatterbox, and everybody knew me for the one that had a lot to say, asked 100 million questions, and was always going. And it's because I was curious. I was curious about the way things work and why they work and how they work. I wanted to know why I was here and what was my purpose and how will I become who I'm intended to be. And then a few years ago, after getting married, going to college, and not necessarily in that order, but getting married, going to college, and having a child of my own, I started to get some of those questions, those deep questions answered. And it was when I had my son that those answers started to come to me. The book I Am Peter is about that exploration that I went through with my son, because he had questions just like I did when I was growing up and even in my adult life. But he asked them in such an interesting way. And what was even more fabulous than the way that he asked them is that when I was stumped and I could not find an answer for him, he had an answer. He had an answer that was so simple, that was so unique, that was so eloquent that I could not believe it. I was shocked most of the times. But with each answer he provided me, I found myself looking deeper and deeper into my life and saying to myself, is this who I want to be? Is this the truth that I believe? Is this me? And I know it seems like a strange question, is this me? But it was a question that I had to ask myself, because in the book I bring to light a few stories, a few life lessons that I've learned from him. 7 life lessons, in fact. And of those 7 life lessons, there is one in particular that caused me to look at myself, look in the mirror, stop and see exactly who I am and what I desire for myself. It caused me to take accountability for my actions, for my behavior, take accountability for my perception of the world around me. And it was mind-blowing. It was mind-blowing because for me, for so many years, things that seemed complicated, things that seemed unreachable, things that seemed limitless, but just too small for even me to capture. And I know it's a contradiction, limitless, but yet too small. But that's the way I perceived a lot of things, that it was so big in relations to who I am, but it's so small in relations to what I desired for myself. And when I sat down, I had these conversations with my then 2-year-old or 3-year-old or 4-year-old, same guy. But when I sat down and I had these conversations with him, when he started to explore the reasons why he was here, when he started to explore how things work, when he started to explore the greater mysteries in life, why God created him, or is there a God? And it blew me away, because here it was, this little kid thinking about things that me, as an adult, couldn't begin to fathom, could not begin to comprehend, did not consider thinking about until he brought it to my attention. And so I Am Peter is about his expression of his life, and it's about my discovery of who I am through him. So I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you next time, because I am going to send another video. And for all of you guys interested in purchasing a copy of the book, it's available online. Or for all of you that will be in Nassau on February 21st, I will be doing my first book launch, so I expect to see you there. More details are soon to come. Thank you.